I first got into whips in 1981 thanks to a Texan named of Ken Smith. Let's meet him and see what he's got to say.
Kenneth Smith's my name. I come from halfway Texas. Halfway between Plainview and Horton. I had an old uncle that he was old when I was little, but he was one that could pop whips. And I got to see him pop them a little bit, and that was always an interest that I had. He was quite a guy. Whips were, when they got rid of horses, as soon as cars come by, they got rid of whips and everything that looked like whips and horses too. Anything they did with that, once they had automobiles, whips kind of wasn't around anymore because they were basically animal control noisemakers is what whips were. Right. When I was coming up, see, my daddy had switched to tractors and he had got rid of mules and things. Well, you don't need a whip around a tractor. It was becoming a lost art even that long ago. I think there's a big resurgence in whips now compared to what it was then. Basically trial and error, because I was too young to have ever learned anything from my uncle other than watching a little bit. Trial and error, being able to buy one and start playing with it, and then everybody on the farm that thought they knew how to pop whips. And every once in a while you'd find some cowboy or rodeo guy that was pretty good at it. And which I've been totally surpassed in my whip popping effort. There's some really good guys with whips now. You learn that whip teach discipline, that's to the guy that's got the whip, because they sure will bite you if you don't treat them right. The worst one's when it comes around your neck, that always hurts. Yeah, you don't just keep going, you quit for a while. Think about that. Yes. The first one, I guess, the first really good one that I got, that I started working with was a swivel-handled bullwhip that I bought in a pawn shop in Montana. That's what started my quest for more and better whips.
An old Western bullwhip, I guess. Montana, probably made sometime in the 50s. It's really a good standard issue stock bullwhip, no anything in it.
Ken's old swivel-handled Texan-style bullwhip. When asked how he got it, Ken will tell you.
I bought it out of the pawn shop in Elda, Montana. About 15 minutes after some guy hocked it paid $20 for it. And I think it's the best whip on it.
I had whips at home, but they were mostly hand-me-downs that were worn out before you got them. And then there was a period of time that you could buy fair whips in Mexico. You know, and you wasn't really getting the good things, but you were getting the tourist trade whips on the border, and they were fair whips, you know, nothing. They'd be too easy to pop them apart. But the first really good bullwhip I got was the one I bought in the pawn shop. And they were, even though you could buy whips maybe in some good saddle shop as a kid, they were still expensive. Yeah, they were expensive comparatively, like they weren't, you know, like a cheap toy you was going to get. They didn't cost as much as a saddle, but they still cost a lot of money. Probably more than a pair of boots. Mostly just word of mouth. Somebody you knew, or somebody knew you was interested in whips. And then I had a guy look for me in Australia for whips. And I met you pretty early on, and you come walking out of a store with a whip in your hand, a leather shop. I'll never forget that. That's the first whip I'd seen in L.A. Well, and we did. We went out and popped whips and tried to get more interest. And then as I was able to travel around the country, I looked and looked. I never did find any more pawn shops, although I looked at a few.
Damn, first try.
Well, fun, doing things that 98% of the rest of the world can't do. Things like that, you know, just it's fun to be able to get out and pop a whip. The noise is always fun, but just, I don't know, doing something most folks don't do.